And howdy doody. Um, Today I am by myself. Well, as by myself as I can be. Y'all ain't gonna believe this, but Dad Random chose to have a root canal over going live with us. Can you believe it? You know the extent people will go to get out of their. Well, never mind. So anyhow, it's me, myself, and I. And between the three of us, we'll, I don't know, it's going to be a good one anyway. Eat More Possum was a way early start this morning, 6:07 a.m. Good golly. You know, I need to do something different here. Hold on. Hold on. We got lighting issues. Turn on the light. There we go. Now you can see me. And Yellow Rose, howdy, and Art Code Drone Solution. Hey, Art. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about our last meetup. And we ran into a bit of a problem with bandwidth. And it wasn't the greatest experience for everybody. I was only able to fly. I was only able to fly like 3 times, and we had so many bandwidth issues. And I think I finally figured out what the issue is. The issue is called DJI Avata. It's not really a drone meant to be flown in company, I'm guessing. In order to get 3 channels on that, you have to reduce the bandwidth down to 10 megahertz. Yellow Rose, if you in here, correct me if I'm wrong, it's 40 megahertz, you get 1 channel, 20 megahertz, you get 2 channels, and 10 megahertz, you get 3 channels offered. And thanks, Brent. Yeah, I've got a big window behind the computer here. I'll open up the curtains and it lights up the room like nothing else. So, well, today I did a little peeking on the DJI website specs, and let me bring those in here. Share that screen, share that, and here we go. Let me do it like this so we get a little bigger. But as you go through this thing, communication frequencies 5725 to 5850. Now that don't tell us a whole hell of a lot, but I found this handy dandy frequency chart. And here we have 5725 and here's 5850. Meaning that thing is sitting and hogging the center of the frequency band. So it's moving up and down in this band, and I'm guessing the channel width is at 1 channel or an auto is 40 megahertz, which would put it anywhere from 5725 to 5765. And then up on the top end, it could be between 5850 and 5810. So, how does it line up with our other channels? So 5725 we have right here. So it's basically channel 2 for the 50 megabit on the DJI. I guess everybody calls it now the DIY channels, the Vista channels, whatever, air unit channels, Vista channels, digital FPV, not potato or the pavada, what I heard. So, and so that thing, the Avata sits right on top of channel 2. So even though we put them on channel 1 or 3, they're actually sitting on channel 2. And that's what's creating the issues. So we're going to have to figure this out. But basically, we have more than one Avata coming to the meeting. And I'm thinking this also applies to the DJI Potato. Well, we can look it up. You know, somewhere we have this potato thing. There we go. What frequencies is this thing on? Let's see. Battery video transmission 5725 to 5850. So, Adrian Mateo, welcome. So, yeah, this is, I mean, we're deep diving straight into some technical stuff, but basically anything from that line to this line right here, just past the DJI public broadcast, that is the bandwidth of the Avata and the Potato. So we should be on channel 1, we should be good, and on channel 3, we should be good if we're on the 50 megahertz. So, that's what created the problem for us, because we were assuming channel 1 for Avata meant channel 1 for everything else. Well, it ain't so. Adrian, I'm doing well. We're just recouping from this weekend. We had our monthly meetup, and we had some issues with interference. And I'm starting to understand why we're having that problem. Because the channel 1, actually, when you fire up the Avata and the Potato, both of them go to channel A, which actually is not channel A, it only means auto. And it's supposed to find the best channel. Adrian, that can be arranged. Just email me, lonestaruav@gmail.com, and I'll hop on with you. And now that I'm set up again, got my studio, office, man cave, whatever you want to call this, command center. Yeah. So, yeah, it was a little bit of a shock to find out that channel 1 on the Avata is not the same as channel 1 on our air units. So, channel 1 on the air unit for the 50 megabit is below the bottom end of the Avata, and channel 3 is above the bandwidth for the Avada. So we need to stick with channels 1 or 3, and the Avada folks just going to have to coordinate amongst themselves as to who's flying when. So this, of course, will require some field testing. I just found this information, so we'll have to work on that. We'll have to try that out. So, and just for a reminder, if you would please hit the old thummy down there, please. The thummy up down there. So like that, but down below. I guess it's the other way around there. There. Just like that. Ooh, this looks freaking groovy. Anywho. So yeah. So channels of the Avada and everything else does not line up with each other. Bob Casey Ariel, good evening, sir. I'm the Lone Ranger tonight. Mr. Dad Random is indisposed. He preferred to go get a root canal than coming on with us here. So we're going to have to give him some crap over that yet. So and we got Tex Arch Strong Guy. Michael, good evening. Tex Arch Road Guy, Strong Guy, I know you have to Avadas. You should know this too. For a quick recap, the Avada bandwidth falls between this little line and this little line. Meaning, if you put your Avada on channel 1, you're actually on DJI channel 2. So this explains a whole lot of interference that we were dealing with different drones. So that's my phone keeps going off. I think my girlfriend just got home. Yep, sure did. So anyhow, yeah, that was the big aha moment for me today. I guess the other thing we need to talk about is cameras. We got the GoPro 11, we got the Action 3, and we got 11 Mini coming and at the end of October, from what I understand. And then somewhere along the lines, there's going to be a Session 6 in the works yet. Says rumor control anyway. I'm going to tell you right now, I am perfectly content with this thing right now. The Action 2. For what I'm doing, I can strap this on a quad and fly with it, and it works. And just to show you how well this works, I got to share a little something here. Let me see if we can do it like this. Here's a little footage from my flight on Saturday. In the middle of the screen, you see Sunrise Water Media flying. For some reason, my camera had slipped into slow-mo mode, but that only works out because you got to check this out. I miss him, but for some reason, I can't miss the ground. And here we go. End over end over end. But we actually landed right side up, and I was able to fire this thing back up and fly it again. Come on. There we go. Of course, old Sunrise is hovering over me like an old buzzard. But here we go. The Phoenix flies again. I've been one of the props, so you see a little shaking, and there's a lot of crap on the lens now, so that's why the quality isn't all that great anymore. But I was still able to fly it, so yeah, just thought I'd share a little crash footage. Art, you got time? You want to hop in with me for a bit? Anybody wants to freaking hop in with me for a bit? You're welcome to it. I'm still waiting on batteries for the chopper. The chopper. Here, let me find the link here. Oh, I got this thing out of the way. And, there we go. Up on in. Oh yeah, here. Today's shirt of the day is Rodney. Trapper John. Back to Trapper John. Howdy, feller. Yes, I'm drinking coffee. But yeah, I don't know if I haven't messed with any of the cameras. I've seen footage. I've seen footage from both cameras side by side. There is a difference, but I don't know if the difference can justify the difference in cost. My thing is, I have the Action One, and I got a boatload of accessories to it, including a dive case and everything else. And oh, here is Mr. Art.
Yeah. You caught me with I've got a green shirt on tonight, so that's why I'm just a floating head with stripes.
Well, we'll take a floating head.
Okay.
That could be misunderstood, though. She may not appreciate that, but we think it's funny. What you been up to, Art?
I'm doing good. Just having fun flying the Avata.
The bandwidth hog. Are you on the right sound input? Because
Oh,
sounds like you're
okay.
listening to the screen.
Hold on. Let me see if my audio. Okay, audio. Hello, hello. Yeah, I'm getting.
Yeah, I can hear you, but it sounds like you're delayed, like you're listening to the live stream audio and not the stream.
Oh, I have. I have the audio turned off on YouTube, but
Okay.
how are my sound effects working?
Well, they're working now. Now they're working.
Good, good.
So Bob Casey summed it up, Art the Talking Head.
So,
You
how are
got
you
the
feeling,
Avada,
sir?
huh? So you went and got the Avada?
Yes, I did. Yep. Got a couple videos out. Made a tribute video for a friend of mine who passed away. Her service was Sunday.
Sorry to hear that.
So the weather here is cloudy, and we're expecting a big cold front to come through, and we'll be down into the upper 50s tomorrow.
Yeah, we won't be so lucky. We're still in the mid 90s.
Yeah. We were in the 90s today, and I think today we set a record for the most 90-degree days in September.
Trapper John also broke
Yeah.
down and bought the Avada.
Yeah, I got the one with the motion controller. So
Yeah,
that's
well, that's
quite
the
an
only way it comes right now,
experience.
isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, and call it the dildo joystick, whatever it was.
Yep. Yep. And
I
when
don't know.
you fly it like a joystick. You don't turn your wrist. You want to turn, you go one way, turn, go the other way. And you want to go up, you go like that, and go down, go this way. It's just like using a joystick.
So you basically go like that.
Yeah, there. Well, you do it pretty good. Yeah, yeah.
Trapper John's got 6 kids, so
Oh wow.
drones are going to be hard to come by.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, but we've been getting burned down all summer here. It's been brutal. Oh, looky who made it in. Hold on. The one, the only.
Back
Dad,
live from the
random.
dentist.
There we go.
What's up, Art?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Sir, what do I look like, your dad? How's everybody? What I
Did
miss?
they
doing
already
pretty
yank
good.
your teeth?
No, it was a false alarm.
False alarm.
Yeah, my teeth were good. I got a little bit of sensitivity on one, and I already changed my toothpaste. So
Oh, so you're sensitive.
my
You
sensitive
got
because
sensitive teeth.
my wife likes very white teeth, so she makes me use the teeth stuff that scours your teeth out. Whitening
Yep.
stuff is terrible.
Yep.
So I went to Sensodyne or whatever that is,
Oh,
and he was just saying that. Yeah, you
Hey,
got.
go down car wash and get the high pressure.
He must have got a phone call from you because he says this is not going to hurt, but it could be a little sensitive. So he took this really cold stuff and he stuck it on a little tiny piece of cotton, and he's like, "Well, let's see if you get these are sensitive." So he took that, that liquid nitrogen stuff, and he's like, just to see which one it was.
Oh, oh my.
Like, that's it.
Found
Anyway,
it.
found it.
Yep.
Ow.
Mm.
So how is
Yeah, I
everybody?
just couldn't understand why you'd rather go get a root canal than hanging out with us.
Well, my original appointment was 6. It's like 6:30. I'm like, all right, I'll do my live stream and I'll go to the dentist. And they say, wait, can you come in at 5:20? I'm like, okay. Can you come in at 4? And then I got another message, and I'm like, let's get it over with. Yeah. So I can't argue with getting things done faster.
Mhm.
Well, I had a little. I found a little something out about the Avada, and I guess I'll share that with you too.
Okay, I'd like
You,
to know.
you
The
share.
the bandwidth of the Avada, and I actually went on DJI website to look at the specs.
Nice. Now we're going to know why.
And it's the same for the potato. Let me pull this in here.
Potato.
Video transmission 5725 to 5850. Right?
Yep.
We'll look that on our frequency chart here, and that
Alrighty.
puts us right between this little line
Right.
and this little line.
Mhm.
So if the Avada goes to channel 1, it's not actually channel 1 for the DJI system, our air units.
Right.
That's actually channel 2.
Right.
It defaults to an auto setting and 40 megahertz bandwidth, which only gives you one channel. If you switch that from auto on to channel select,
Right.
at 40 megahertz, you only get to choose one channel. At 20 megahertz, you get a bandwidth, you get to choose 2 channels. At 10 megahertz, you get 3 channels. But those 3 channels do not line up
Right.
with the 3 channels that we have on the DJI air units. It falls between channel 1 and 3.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
that's bandwidth.
So that's why we're having problems with interference, because thinking, we'll put one on 1, the other one on 2, and the third one on 3. And they're actually still walking all over each other because the channels are different between the Avada and the air units. The channel assignments.
That was a good analysis. I just want to look at they probably made it that wide so they could overlap as much as they could.
Well, when you go into the DJI menu on the pilot side, on the transmission side, it asks, bandwidth, and then you get 3 to choose from: 40, 20, or 10 megahertz.
Right.
The lower you go, the more channels you get. So they're breaking this area up into 3 channels somehow.
I'm just
But
looking at
their
the
3
other
channels. I mean, it hogs half the bandwidth, but at least now we know which channels are they hogging.
Right.
If the rest of us just stay on 25 megabit, we still got channels 1, 2,
Right.
6, and 7.
Right. Exactly.
That allows for more people to fly.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris. Murdoch.
You want a link to that reference chart?
Yeah. Put that up.
There's Mr. Doc Murdoch. If anybody knows about this sort of crapola, he would.
Well, that explains that whole freaking mess.
Yeah. Because you would think, we're all, we'll put one on channel 1, one on channel 2, and one on channel 3. Yeah, not so. Doesn't work that way. So, yeah, and if you look at the specs for both the potato and the Avada, they're both specking for the same frequency range. Can't cheat the RF.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was something worth exploring, worth sharing. Because there's going to be a lot of Avadas out there, and it's
Right.
going to be creating a lot of problems.
Right. And there's just no way of flying with multiple Avadas. You just can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
No, basically, at the meetups, the Avada guys going to have to coordinate amongst themselves, and then the rest of us take the remaining bandwidth to try and get some flight ourselves in. So,
Right. You're basically megabits 1 and 2 or 6 and 7. Old school.
Yep.
We'll get the V1s out.
But
so
Oh man.
you got anything more to say on cameras there, Chris?
Um I just well, to really be helpful to a lot of people. I mean, if you had bought either the Pocket 2, the Action 2, or the Action 3, they all use the exact same sensor. And I went back and I was just goofing around just to see what the Pocket 2 used, and that's the same exact sensor as both. So basically, DJI is reusing the same sensors for the last 3 cameras. I don't even know what the we should look up here. I should look up what the Action 1 uses, but you're not getting any much difference between. That's why I was saying, I was like, why is my Pocket 2 have such good quality video all the time? And why isn't this new Action 2? I didn't really research it heavily enough. And I'm like, well, it's the same damn camera sensor. It's just a different, the layout of the lens is different. So my big problem was I was getting a lot of glare from, and I was getting a lot of like overexposure with my Action 2. And I was like trying to figure out why it was doing that. But I just needed to throw an ND filter on any of those. But the Pocket 2 is just, it doesn't need anything. So if you have a Pocket 2 and you buy a Action 3, you're getting a similar camera. So I don't think there's a huge, obviously the software will be different, but I don't think, if you're trying to save money, you're not really saving anything. And you're not getting that much better of a quality of product by moving to the 3. So anyway. So we got 3 different cameras, 3 of the exact same sensors with different form. You've got an Action form, you've got the gimbal form, and you've got the tiny form, but they're all the exact same camera.
Yeah.
Which
basically, when I said that the Action 2 and the Action 3 has the same sensor, I'm like, okay, why would I buy the Action 3 then?
Yeah.
Well, maybe for the Rocksteady 3.0, but
right. Well, is it really, I guess with the horizon lock and all that. Yeah, obviously with the Pocket, it's a gimbalized camera. There's differences that way, but if you're just going for, am I going to get a better video from this camera? The answer is no. And I guess the difference would be whether I'm going to use it for, driving putting it on my, my e-bike, or am I going to fly it with the drone? If I throw it on a drone, then I want the small camera. I want the small size. But I
Art, you
was
want to
thinking,
say hello to our new arrivals here?
Sure. Hello, Jim of Jim's Droning. Charles Galuski. Hello, hello. Chris Murdoch FPV. Welcome, welcome. And Mike, that art drone guy. Yes, I've got a green shirt on. I had a Zoom meeting early today and I wanted to look nice. Didn't realize, oh crap, I grabbed the green striped shirt.
yeah, you put green on and you're going to be
Yeah,
invisible.
I've did the old Rodney Bell
Pull it
tonight.
up. Just pull it up like this and then drop it. They'll be invisible.
Yep, I'm getting ready for Halloween. I can put on a green shirt and go as a floating head.
Just going to disappear on you guys.
Years ago for Halloween, I was talked into dressing up, and I got one of those blackout masks, where your face completely black. You still see through it, but anybody else sees just black. And I had one of those capes, and they actually extended the cape long enough to hit the ground. The chain around the neck and all that stuff. And I stand, out on the street, right on the side of the street, and there's this bunch of trick-or-treaters coming up there, and I'm just standing still. And I'll wait till they're just about next to me, and I start moving. You should have heard the whole bunch scream bloody murder.
You need to get a blue jumpsuit and a white mask. Let me tell you something. You'd be the perfect Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Just stand still, not even move. I mean, literally, people will cross the street just to get by you. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite TikToks is Michael Myers, the guy that plays him. He'll go into restaurants and do all kinds of stuff.
A couple of years ago, Halloween, I saw a guy coming into a Halloween party, and he was on stilts. So I wouldn't eat the stilts, but he was on stilts because he was a little short fucker, right? And
Hey.
Just a little joke. Just a little joke.
Just a little.
Oh, yeah. Just a little joke. So what are you saying?
Anyway, now the guy, he's got this contraption on his back, so he's in all these gray and black sheets, more or less, scatting all frayed out. But he's got this contraption on his back. On the push of the button, that would fold out wings.
Oh, cool.
And he had about, it must have been 8 or 10 foot span on that thing. I mean, it was quite the contraption. I'm like, I gotta find me one of those things.
There you go.
I got invited to go to one of those scary houses. What do you call them?
Oh, haunted house.
The haunted house thing, where I went there and it worked out beautifully. I scared shit out of everybody in the place. I mean, the guys, they come jumping out, these little cubbies trying to scare you. And the guy come jumping out, looks at my belt buckle, and you see his head go up, and he goes, "Holy shit." I'm like, okay, you're supposed to scare me, not the other way around.
So you standing somewhere not moving is always going to be just nobody's going to believe that that's a real person because you're so tall. So, so you could literally dress, and as long as you, like you're saying, if you did something to hide your face, everybody would think somebody made a giant statue or something. I mean, it's just not So yeah, for you to be able to hide in plain sight is, yeah, of course, probably pretty easy. I'm just doing a little. I'm just doing a little research here. I did a.
How do you figure I'm taller than Frankenstein?
Yeah, how tall is Frankenstein? Come on,
Yeah.
This was back in. This was back a long time ago, where a tall guy was 6'2",
Yep.
6 foot.
I can't help it. Y'all refuse to grow up.
Mm.
Maddie's Throne World.
Hey, Matt.
There goes the neighborhood. Maddie, congratulations on your recent exam. Passing of your recent exam, I should say.
Yep. Congratulations.
I got to get busy with that business too.
He's been saying that for 2 years, Guy.
No, a year.
A year, okay. I guess it only been that long.
It's only been a year.
It is. It does take time. It does take a little bit of commitment, and I mean, Art can tell you because he's probably scored higher than both me and Maddie together. I thought he did. I thought Maddie did a pretty good. He had a pretty high score.
Yes, he did. Very
I
good.
think it was 95, I believe.
Yeah,
But Frankenstein is 6'1". Chris, that's you. You're Frankenstein. Now we know.
Me, I'm just cousin it.
You cousin that?
Yep.
I cannot find the. I was just looking under Insta just to see what their sensor size is. The Osmo Action is a 1/2.3, so that's just that's the first Osmo, which is pretty much good enough for just about anything. You just can't go into low light.
And we got Scott, Mr. Jackrabbit FPV in the house. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, I have the Osmo Pocket.
Yeah,
Even the Hero 7, Pocket. Hero 5, Hero 3.
The Pocket is a really good camera. I really enjoy that.
The only thing the Hero 1, is that the one that you still have to wind up?
The original Pocket, the only thing, that's F, that's 2. The only Osmo. Yeah. The only thing that the Pocket there was the Wi-Fi connection, because you had to have the little module. That was the only thing that was kind of corny a little bit. And when they added the audio to the Pocket 2, it just made it perfect. I actually had a bid out for another Pocket 2. There's a lot of them for sale right now because everybody's thinking they need to sell them, and you can get them for about $200 if you can win an auction, 200, something like that, with the audio, like with the cinema thing. So you'll get the mic and everything. And I was like, I'm going to get another one of those and just sell my action or do something else, because those are so nice that, I've never had to worry about video quality out of those things. And
I got so many accessories for the Action 1. It's not worth it for me to try to go anywhere else at this point.
Well, it just depends on how often you use it, how often you bring it out and what you're using it for. So
I use it to crash my VTOL.
But I mean, this thing here, when they redid this for $299. I mean, everybody's got to remember that when they redid this one, you could get this for $299. And this is the RS, the R1RS, and then they just beefed up this sensor. This is a 1/2-inch sensor, I think. It might even be bigger than that. I think it's a 1-inch. I think it is. I think it's a 1-inch sensor. I was trying to look that up, but I couldn't. I am not getting anywhere. Yeah, 4K edition. Yeah, $299. And then they now sell the accessories for a better price. It's only that you just got that little screen. That little screen's kind of annoying, but
Right.
and it's heavy. You know, if you keep it in the thing, it's not the lightest thing in the world. But
Well, I like my Action One. It does what I needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the great videographer like some of you guys. I've got problems with red and green, so
you don't
color
have
grade, yeah,
you don't
forget
have
that.
6K wide mode though, in 48 megapixels. That's a one. Yeah, so this has to be 1 inch to get that. So when they redid this, no, the
I don't do 6K. I rarely do 4K. Most of the time, I've got mine set for 2.7.
or
Hello,
1080.
David.
Nobody cares.
There's AZ Drone Dude. Chris Wedgeworth. Hello, hello. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Cricket.
yeah.
Yeah,
Awkward
I'm
silence.
gonna share. I'm gonna share my slow mo again out of the Action 2. Y'all enjoy this.
I've never done slow mo
I'm
yet.
chasing after sunrise during on the center of the screen. He's kind of hard to see with screen prop guards
I
over
can see him.
grass, but here we go.
I can see him
Mm-hmm.
perfect.
Yep.
I did miss the
Look,
man.
look.
I managed to miss him, but the ground not so much.
Oh man,
Tumble,
Come on,
tumble.
that's absolutely beautiful.
Kai, you are a magnet for the dirt.
Hey, I landed right side up.
You see those blades of grass? That's what you hit. You hit one of those blades, and it sucked your freaking quad right to the ground.
But guess what? I need to rename that thing to Timex because it takes a lick and keeps on ticking.
Yep.
The king of unnecessary crashing. You know, I've got the cure for that. It's called I don't fly much. I got to get
Well,
that out of my
you
system.
you couldn't crash anything because you ain't flying anything.
Exactly. That's why I don't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
I keep my mouth shut.
Your class all sitting up on a shelf somewhere collecting dust. They're
Mm-hmm.
there they are right behind you.
Behind me on the freaking dusty shelf. They haven't moved. I'll get to it someday. That's what I keep telling people. I'm going to get there.
This actually was the little 3.5-inch diatone. The one with the Umungo motors on it.
Yeah.
3.5-inch quad was 2203 motors. That's what that thing is, all motor.
Wow.
It's fun. Stick some 8-bladed props on there, and that thing will turn on a dime. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna get some rain here, maybe.
So, do you guys talk anything about any Osmo with the Osmo 6, the new handle coming out? Anybody have any thoughts on
Osmo
that?
6
The
gimbal.
OM6, yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't paid any attention to it. I'm about gimbaled out. I got 2 of them things laying here. I don't use either one of them.
That's what I'm saying. So what is the OM6 going to do that the other two don't do as far as your phone is concerned?
I don't know. It might be able to handle the bigger weight with the newer phones now.
Oh, they were pretty heavy before. I'm just trying to figure that out. I'm like, okay, because I'm looking at it and what I notice is this. Okay, so what DJI did with the OM6 is they took Moza's little wheel and they stuck it on their new one. So they stole that idea, and that was one of the things I saw for sure. Is they've got the little that there's a the OMs, the Moses have a I think it's the Moses have a scroll wheel on the left hand side, so it allows you to slowly pan up and down. And I noticed that was on there, but I don't know if that's what it does. That's my guess. It would make only sense. And then there's
I
a
still I
it has
still
some
have
nice
my Zwing Smooth Q.
Zayun thing.
Yeah, Zayun or whatever it's called. I even got the adapter for a GoPro for it.
Yeah.
I think I only used it a couple times.
Yeah, I think uh-oh. I'm
Yeah, you're
frozen.
frozen, Dad. Open your
Frozen.
eyes.
Do we need to throw you in the microwave for a bit?
I froze, man.
Yeah.
I have no idea why I'm freezing. I thought you got good internet there, Kai. Is that me?
I've got good internet. It's just yours that's.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I wasn't going to
But
say it like that, but yeah.
where are you
You can,
located?
I'll let you blame it on me, but I'm going to go check my stats right now. I'll tell you what's going on.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Frames
well,
missed due to rendering. Reset, none. So I don't know.
Down in the bottom left corner, it says, forgot to pay the internet bill.
Well, they're doing a lot of construction around here. There's trucks everywhere, and they're ready to turn us on. We're going to be on ludicrous mode here pretty soon. So I'm going to be
awesome.
I'm on ludicrous mode already. I
yeah, I'm
got
going
the
to
1 gig fiber.
I'm going to live stream in
Nice.
4K when they freaking get that going.
Well, I'm on 800. 800 down and 20 up.
Oh wow, 3 up,
AKA smoke signal.
20 up.
20 up. Yeah, the 20 up is what hurts you, and that. But you still should be able to, because when you're on full fiber, you're going to get 800 up and 800 down. I mean,
Yeah.
it balances out, which is nice. But
Right.
yeah, I don't have that yet. I'm still sharing a cable with everybody in town right now.
Yeah. Same here. I'm in an apartment complex. So,
Yeah, it usually takes them a while. Like our city's got a lot of fiber around, but it's all on the outskirts. They work on their way out and then they work in. But they're everywhere. They're digging holes everywhere and moving wire, and so it's a priority now. They're getting the big
right.
bucks.
Yeah.
But
So let me ask Jim Stroning real quick. Did you get your jersey yet? I know mine is in San Antonio. It hasn't been delivered yet, but it is in town. I know
his
that.
Cowboys jersey?
Yeah, this one. That jersey.
I'm telling you, Jerry Jones is going to call your channel, man. He's going to complain.
Bring it. Yeah.
The only thing you're missing is the cheerleaders.
If I get Jerry to give me a shout out, my viewership's going to go over that 1K in no time.
Yep.
So how many enterprises do you think they're going to sell, and then when that thing finally comes out? 5 of them? Oh man.
What thing comes out?
The Enterprise, when they get that thing coming out, the DJI Enterprise with
the Mavic 3 Enterprise Edition.
Yeah, with the 300 would it be the $3,000 camera on it.
Well, I'm just wondering who's going to buy it, because nobody's allowed to buy DJI.
So where's Autel in that whole picture, in that whole ID picture? Where are they? Where are they sitting? I mean, are they even in the game? I mean, obviously, Autel is going to have to meet the same criteria.
That's the big question yet. I mean, there is a list on the FAA site that lists all the, I'm going to put it on here. These are all the ones that are remote ID compliant.
Right.
We got DJI, we got Blue Mark, we got a Sony,
Mm-hmm.
and we're on 2 pages now. So we got the list is growing. I mean, last week, a couple of days ago, it was only 1 page. But for some reason, Nevada's on this list.
Yeah.
Well, they paid their dues, man. Somebody got a pocket full of money there.
Yep.
Mic drones. I mean, some of these things I've never heard of. Wingtra.
Probably some commercial job.
Right.
Oh,
Wingtra
it's like
one.
a wing. Yeah. Ooh.
Fast and accurate photo. Yeah, so it's a photo mapper. See, there you go.
Video.
Oh,
Look at that.
cool.
That looks cool. That's neat. See how smooth that transition was? It was just kind of it just tipped over. Look at how big that wing surface is. That's that.
Well, it's tail heavy, and then as it builds up enough speed, it goes in the horizontal flight.
That's nice looking.
Yeah, it is.
And then when it slows down, the butt end falls down.
And it uses the rear stabilizers for legs, which is a cool idea too. They better hide that design because the Chinese are going to be copying that soon. If not, they're not already building it. That's a cool design. I like that. And then they have those little spikes on the outside to keep all the weight off the
Wings.
the ailerons. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought that was neat. Like I said, it's got a smooth flight. Almost as smooth as the one. It's almost as smooth as the K Swan. Ooh, Steve! I heard my dogs bark.
Well, Kai, I gotta get going. I have a pot roast that's done, and I'm starving. So
And telling us
thanks for having me on, and
Thanks for
everybody in the
hopping
chat.
on with me.
Have a great evening.
You have a great evening, Art. I'll
Hey,
chat
what's
you later.
Take care.
All right,
Bye bye.
Yeah, and this is this other thing here. Oh, this is a real freaking bargain.
micro drone.
Allow me to sell you a house so I can buy that.
MD LiDAR 3000 V3. Prices start at $225,000. That better come with a dude to fly it. But I can imagine that anything cutting edge is going to be that way. Anything that uses technology that's.
Yeah, well, it's just interesting to go through this list of who is. Yeah, and Autel is still missing action. From what I understand, the Autel, the Evo 2 V2, however that works, or V3 or whatever that thing is, that one's going to be remote ID by firmware update. And then they're going to work on the Evo Lite next. But they were given a little reprieve till December 16th. Basically, they're not going to enforce the remote ID business till December 16th now. And Akira said for that, it better comes with a happy ending.
For $225. Oh man.
The Phantom we can't afford. Yep.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we're at right now. I mean, that's why the mobile comes out. It comes out just to make all the poor folks have something in their Christmas stocking. It'll probably be $150, like it always is, and then in about 6 to 8 months, it'll be worth $100 on eBay, and then it'll be with the 5 other. If you go from the OM4 all the way up to the OM6, they're all pretty much the same, with the exception of the magnetic phone holder. So if you can get a Osmo 4 OM4, you're pretty much in a good situation, as long as it has. The biggest problem is the phones are getting, especially the ones with the wide sides. Because when I got rid of my 11 finally, and you went to the newer versions, they got the squared edges, which require a bigger pincher, a bigger. And I don't know why they just keep making that part insufficient to hold even the phone with a cover on it. But it's a great vlogging tool, and you don't need to have a mic a lot of the time, because the audio is it's phone audio, so it's as good as any person sitting in their car going like this when they're talking down the road. It's the same idea. So, but so not a lot of changes in the last 3 generations of DJI cameras. No, what I would consider to be significant upgrades, except for the size of the Action 2. It's, to me, that's the only thing unique.
And then I have a walk snail update.
What's the walk snail update?
The box has left China and it has arrived at the airport of destination.
So
Meaning that the package might actually be in the States at this point.
Oh.
Well, let's see how many days it's going to be stuck in customs. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And oh yeah. So here's what I did tonight. I actually peeled these things off the shield of this thing. Because I'm planning on using these things on the walk snail for now.
That's a good idea. Good recycle.
Yeah. The antennas that come with the walk snail are said to be trash. But I've got those laying around and I might as well use them. I'll probably come up with some sort of 3D printed thing to stick them on the front of the goggles. I'll be unique.
It'll be interesting to see what your thoughts are as far as the, because you've worn the Avata goggles, so now you'll have a comparison.
Oh no, I'm going to get with Kelly and we'll do some comparison. I'm actually thinking about building the P16 with a walk snail board. And we can have, one-on-one comparison.
Yeah,
and here's breaking news. DJI's come out with the Proctologist 1.0.
My wife was asking me if I had a
Is
dentist.
that the self-lubricating edition or not?
Hmm.
Yeah, what do you call a Jamaican proctologist? He's the Pokemon.
The Pokemon. All right, we've gotten to butt jokes, and usually when you get to butt jokes, it's time
Yeah, it's time to go.
to. It's time.
It's past time.
No, I'm starting to get these silly texts, so I got to start answering them because they're silly.
Oh, is it taco time yet?
Well, it's not Taco Tuesday. I already went and got food, and I already ate because I got it right. I got it on the way home, and my wife doesn't know that she's got a salad sitting downstairs, and she still thinks I need to go to the dentist. She's on the phone talking to her friend, so
Oh, well, priorities.
yeah, she doesn't know what the heck's going on.
Yeah, I want to eat too, though.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
I bought two chicken salads and I got two small chicken salads and I paid $20 for them. So I'm just like, okay. So
$20 for chicken salad?
yeah, no kidding. I got ripped. I thought the bag was a little bit light. I thought that was a little bit light. So I think I got robbed.
Doc Murdoch, I think I'm going to give you a call here in a bit. Because I got some questions for you. But, yeah.
But
A lot of guys, be aware you are not where you think you are in the channel lineup. My last PSA on that subject. And everyone else, if you wouldn't mind, hit the old thumbie upper button down there. That thing. I appreciate it.
Hit the thumb. Don't be dumb. If you have not. All right. All righty. I am out of here. It's time for me to make like a tree and get out of here.
You gonna get out of here?
Yep.
All righty. Well, you have yourself a good evening. Thanks for jumping in here.
Yeah, I'm glad I had a chance to pop in, say hi to Art and you guys. And I am going to go on to my next phase of answering 1,000 texts that just came through.
Yeah, you answer your text. Everybody else, thank you all for jumping in with us and keeping us company, putting up with our weird stuff. And we'll see you next week. Same place, same time. Until then, y'all take care. Chris,
All righty.
have a good evening.
Have a good evening, guys. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, happy Tuesday.